Hello everybody, my name is Audrey and welcome back. Today I'm going to do one of my favorite things in the world, which is a tag! And I actually got tagged in this one for the first time ever and I'm so excited. So thank you to Sophie and her blog, Books Like Wolves, for tagging me in this. I'm so excited to do this and I finally fulfilled on my Twitter promise that I would actually get it done. So here we go. Netflix book tag. So I love Netflix and I love books and I'm very excited about this tag, so let's get started. The first question is recently watched the last book that you finished reading, and that is The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan for the fourth time? I've been rereading Percy Jackson lately and I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and this is the last one I finished and it was so good. I still love it so much. The next question, top picks. Books recommended to you based on books that you've recently read. I actually went to Goodreads for this one and asked my Goodreads buddies what they would recommend to me based on what I'd recently read, and I was recommended Inkheart, which I've actually been wanting to read for many a year. It sounds really interesting. I really liked the movie when I was a little girl, so hopefully the book is as good. I mean, like, obviously it will be, but I'm excited to read it. The third question is recently added, the last book you bought. And I've been really good on my book buying ban lately, so I can't remember what the last book I bought was because it's been a really long time since I went book shopping, but I made a guess, and it was either The Trials of Apollo Book 2, The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan, or Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han. Both of these came out in May? April? I can't remember. Relatively recently, so I think these were the last books I bought, but I honestly cannot remember, and I think that's kind of a crime. I think I need to break my ban. The fourth question is popular on Netflix. Popular books that you want to read and popular books that you don't want to read. So you're supposed to pick two for each side. Popular books that I want to read. I really want to read Eliza and Her Monsters, which I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but the cover is really pretty and a lot of people have been raving about it lately, so I really want to read that. And I also really want to read Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. It's supposed to be this absolutely phenomenal fantasy, amazing book about this person named Laszlo Strange who has weird dreams or something like that. I don't know. The cover is really gorgeous as well, and I just think it sounds so freaking good. And then there's two books that I don't want to read, and I'm gonna trigger so many people when I say this first one. I really don't want to read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I have a lot of friends who really love that book. My Y'all West buddies, who we all have a group chat, I get sent a lot of Akotar memes and I don't get them. But from what I know about that book is it's supposed to be like really inappropriate, like definitely R-rated. Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm gonna approach that one ever. And then the other one I don't want to read is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I like Veronica Roth's writing and I think Divergent is a great series, but I've heard a lot of really negative things about Carve the Mark. It doesn't sound as good as Divergent was, so I just have no interest in reading it. The next question is comedies, which is a funny book or a book that really made you laugh, and I picked a play actually. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I read this for school last year and I loved it. Like, I was laughing out loud so many times while I was reading it. I plunked myself down on my bed and I read it in 2 hours, just like read the whole thing so quick, and it was so funny. I just had the greatest time while I was reading it and I really want to read it again and be in it. Because it was so funny, and if you haven't read this, you should. It was hilarious. Question number 6 is a drama. A book that has a very dramatic main character. And you guys, The Selection by Kira Kass. American Singer is possibly the biggest drama queen in the universe. She annoys the heck out of me. I love her, and I love this book, but guys, it's unnecessarily dramatic. Her problems are not as big as she makes them. Boys are the worst, America. Move on with your life. Question number 7 is animated, a book with cartoons on the cover, and for that I have chosen Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. And it has just gorgeous cartoons, and there's cartoons laced throughout the whole book, and that was actually my favorite part of the book, but I didn't really like it that much. But it has a really cool cover and cartoons. Question number 8 is watch it again, a book or series that you would like to reread. I've been doing a lot of rereads this year. I've reread The Selection and I'm currently rereading Percy Jackson. I would like to reread Harry Potter sometime soon. But I also really want to reread The Secret series by Pseudonymous Bosch, which was my fave when I was a kid, and I met him at Y'all West, and it was the most amazing experience because I wrote him a letter when I was in the 6th grade, and it took him like 6 months, but he wrote me back. So when I met him at Y'all West, I walked up and I was like, oh my goodness, I wrote you a letter when I was a kid and I loved your books. And he was like, oh, that's so fun, but I didn't write you back. And I was like, no, you did, I still have it. And I actually found the letter a few weeks ago. But those books were just like super influential on me when I was a kid. So I would love to reread that series again because I just loved it so much when I was a a young child. I would also really love to reread the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, which I first read I think 2 years ago? Yeah, I got it for my 16th birthday, so 2 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a just phenomenal YA dystopia. It was so unique and not quite like anything I'd read yet, so I would really like to read it again and see if I still love it as much as I did 2 years ago, since my reading tastes have kind of developed and changed a little bit, so I would like to do that one more time, at least. Question number 9 is documentaries, a non-fiction book you would recommend, and I've recommended this book a million times on this channel, The Diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank. This is an absolutely phenomenal book. It's life-changing, it's so influential, and seriously, if you haven't read this, like, why? Please read it. It's so important, and it's beautiful, and it's gorgeous. Read this book. Very important. My favorite nonfiction book of all time. It's so good. Question number 10 is action and adventure, the most action-packed book you can possibly think of. And for that, I have chosen Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second book in the Six of Crows duology, which is so exciting the whole freaking time. Between Kaz trying to save Inej, and then there's like explosions and more heists, and there's so much going on, and it's so good. It literally just is like non-stop beginning to end emotional and action-packed roller coaster. See, it's so good. The last and 11th question is new releases, a new book you have been dying to read. I have 2 for this one because I couldn't decide. I really want to read Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab, which is the sequel to The Savage Song. It came out a few months ago, and I just read This Savage Song, so I'm dying to read Our Dark Duet. I need to know what happens to August. I need to know what happens to Kate. Like, are they okay? What's going on? I need that book right now. And then the next one I need to read is Journal 3 by Alex Hirsch, which is the companion. It's like a Gravity Falls companion, exciting, fun book, and I love Gravity Falls, love it so much. This book's been out for a pretty decent amount of time, but I still haven't read it, so in my brain it's still a new release, and I'm so excited to finally get around to this. It needs to happen. Alright, that was the Netflix book tag. This was a super fun book tag. I'm really glad I actually got tagged in this one because I feel less weird about doing it. If you want to do this video, congratulations, you're tagged. I'm pretty sure everyone who I would have tagged has already done it, so if you're watching this and you want to do it, I tag you! Do the video! It's really super fun, so I hope you have a great time doing it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know that you liked my video. It makes me feel really happy, so go ahead and do that if you want. If you also want, you can subscribe and see more of my face and experience some more general geekery with me. It's a party over here, so go ahead and do that. There's a button on some side of my face, so click on it, find it, subscribe. It's gonna be a party. Okay, I think that's all I have for you today, so until next time, my name is Audrey, and I will see you in the next chapter.